I just made $5,219 trading. I'm gonna head to lunch, sit down, and give you guys a full trade recap on exactly how I did this and how you could have done this as well. So I'll see you guys at lunch. Tell me why they sleeping on me, on me, tell me why. I know that I told you guys I have not cooked, and that's true, but I've been talking to this girl for a few weeks now, and she did offer to cook. She said, oh, I'll come over one night and I'll cook you some food and we'll watch a movie. And when she said that, I was like, damn, that is a super green flag. So if she actually comes through and cooks, I might have to buy her one of these big boy G-Wagons, because I mean, that is a green flag right there, guys. When your woman offers to do something for you, whether it's cooking or even like something little, just helping you out, that is always a green flag. Vents.
Everyone should work in a restaurant.
Oh, I do too.
We just have a work ethic.
Yes.
And if you can multitask, you'll survive and thrive.
You will. That was a good phase though. That was like a good phase. I would get up at 6 a.m., come back, have my nice little omelet right here, have my little pineapple juice. I love that. Skin in the game.
Yeah, that's funny.
Alrighty, everybody. Orange juice review. Fresh squeezed orange juice at the Ritz-Carlton. Oh my God. 10 out of 10. That is fucking exquisite. That is so good. You guys need to have fresh squeezed orange juice at the Ritz. So good. I'm having this right now. I'm just being reminded of the fact that I'm grateful for all my senses. I'm grateful that I have the sense of taste. I'm grateful that I have the sense of smell. Like, that's when you know some shit's good. All right, guys, the food just got here. This is literally the same exact thing that I ate yesterday. It's a tuna poke bowl. I fucking love tuna poke bowls. The reason that I love these things is because you get a lot of good protein without any carbs, and I'm not 100% sure how healthy this is, but it looks super healthy. And whenever something looks healthy, I have it. So I'm gonna call it healthy, but I'm gonna dive into this dish, and I'll talk to you all when I finish. The main thing that we are doing with my trading strategy is we are finding areas of liquidity, right? So you might be asking, what is an area of liquidity? What is liquidity? Liquidity simply means how easily something can be bought or sold. So if I ask you how much liquid money you have, that means how much money do you have that's available. On the charts, liquidity means an area on the chart where price is likely to either move up a lot or down a lot. And as traders, we want to be trading around these areas so we can find these moves. These areas are key levels, right? They're inflection points. And the reason that we want to be trading around an inflection point is, if you don't know what inflection means, inflection just means that one thing is going to happen and it's going to be big, right? So inflection could be really good or really bad. And in trading, that means price moves up a lot or down a lot. When we trade around these areas, we can catch high risk to reward trades, meaning we're only risking a little bit of money, but we have the potential to make back a lot more money. Like, for example, this morning, I was only risking about $1,000 and I made $5,200 back. The reason that we're trading with these areas and not support and resistance or indicators is because these are the areas that the banks and the hedge funds trade with. These are the areas that the big players trade with, meaning we're actually going to catch the same moves as them. A lot of you guys are catching the opposite move as them. So when they win, you lose. These key levels act like magnets to the chart, right? So when you guys think of a magnet, two things happen. Remember when you were a kid and you took a magnet and you went like this and it went, that's what happens when we bounce or when we reject. So that can happen at a high or at a low. Or price could end up using a level as a target. So instead of, bouncing against it, price could see a level and then come up and target that level, or come down and target that level. So today, the setup that I took was a break and retest setup. So the key area that we looked at was this New York Open right here. I waited for price to break above. When price did break above, I waited for a little bit of confirmation that we were actually going to continue moving up. So I like that we bounced right here at this midpoint. I entered shortly after that. And initially I was going to target this high, but price was chopping around a little bit today, so I decided to not get greedy and only target 10 points, which ended up being the right move because we dropped a lot right after I got out of that trade. So right after I got out of that trade, you guys can see we had a big sell-off, so that was actually the perfect trade to take. The reason that the break and retest works and why it works so well today is because everybody who shorted at this level right here is in drawdown the second the price comes above, right? So once we get the break, they're all in drawdown. They're looking to exit their short, and they don't want to exit for a loss. So what they do is they wait for price to come back into their entry and they exit, right? And when you exit a short, you're actually buying back into the market, which causes a lot of buying pressure, further pushing price back up. So this move up is a combination of, one, buyers coming in and pushing price up, but two, a lot of people who are getting out of their shorts right there at break even. Some of them are even getting out of the loss, which is causing a little bit of a short squeeze. I always target a risk to reward of at least 1 to 3. So on this trade today, my risk to reward was exactly 1 to 3. I was risking a few $1,000s and I made back $5,219. risk to reward is so important, guys, because if you're targeting high risk to reward trades, you don't even need to win that much, right? If you're targeting a 1 to 4 risk to reward, you can win 20 to 30% of your trades and still make money. Here's my broker statement real quick, showing you guys that I made $5,219, and I was actually in this trade for a little bit of time. I was in this trade for about an hour today. Here are my executions from my broker, showing exactly where I entered and exited this trade. You guys can see that this is indeed a live account. The Discord took that same exact trade with me. You guys can see right here that my man Keegan took that exact same trade. He said, first one with the BR. BR just means break and retest. He said that he took the trade a little bit light because it was choppy price action. Keegan is a fucking killer, guys. I love this kid. He's one of my mentorship students, and the thing with him is he's very disciplined. So when he first joined, his problem was not his discipline. He was a super hard worker. His problem was that he was just working hard on the wrong strategy. So he was working hard, but not on what he needed to be working on. He was using this weird support and resistance strategy. I honestly don't know what he was doing, but we helped him out, and now he's making money, which is cool to see. Steven made $547 off that break and retest, and if we zoom in, you guys can see that this is literally the exact same trade that I just showed you. I don't know, what, 5 minutes ago? The thing with Steven was he already had a decent understanding of my strategy because he was watching my YouTube, he was watching my Instagram, so he knew the levels that I was looking at, but he had a lot of trouble with execution. So when he joined the mentorship, my main focus was just focusing on getting him to execute his trades and not having any fear. He had so much fear, he had so much hesitation, but when we got that taken care of, he is printing. And you guys might say, oh, only $550? He's doing this every morning, guys. 500 bucks here, 1,000 bucks there, 200 bucks. That adds up. So little wins add up. You don't always have to target some giant $50,000 win. My man Michael right here, I absolutely love Michael, guys. Michael is such a hardworking kid. He's in his early 20s. Super hardworking guy. When he first joined the mentorship, he did not have a strategy. He did not have a good mindset. Everything was just kind of not good. But he joined, and slowly but surely, he's finding a lot of consistency. He's starting to scale up his funded accounts. He made $250 today on 2 accounts, so he made a total of 500 bucks. He took that break and retest to the upside, and looks like he was in that trade for 33 minutes as well, so he entered a little bit after I did, but still made money. My man Preston did quite well today. He's trading on multiple funded accounts. So what he's doing is called copy trading. So he basically has a combination of multiple accounts, and he's trading on all of them, and he traded that break and retest to the upside as well. He was in that for a little bit shorter than I was, but he still made some money, which is cool. Easy was one of the first ever members to join our Discord, and this morning she made about $1,000. She sent me a message, that's why I know how much she made. She's in the mentorship group chat, but she took that same break and retest to the upside. You can see she said, amazing breakout and retest to the upside. And then Kevin as well, he took that break and retest. He didn't catch as many points, but he still made $275. The thing with Kevin, and you kind of saw this today, is he's really confident in his strategy, but he exits too early sometimes. So today he exited a little bit too early, but he still made some money. So obviously always some room for improvement. About 5 years ago today, I was working at a restaurant and I was making, I don't know, probably $12 or $13 an hour. And the reason I'm telling you this is not to be like, oh, like this happened overnight. The reason I'm telling you this is because it did not happen overnight. It took years. It took years, and not only did it take years, it took a certain vision, it took a certain level of confidence that I had in the life that I wanted to live for me to be able to do this. And a lot of you guys, you're not confident in yourself. You sell yourself short, right? You don't believe in yourself. And that is the main reason that most people fail, is because they have this fear. And the thing that you guys don't realize is the only thing that you actually have to be afraid of is missing out on life, missing out on your potential. But most of you are afraid of what other people are going to think of you. You're afraid of all this stupid shit. A lot of you guys are in a position where you might think that you're depressed. You might think that you have mental health problems. I was depressed for probably 1 to 2 years under most people's standards. But what I did is I turned my pain into power, guys. There was so much shit that I was afraid of. I had health issues, guys. I have health issues. And one of my main motivations for getting to where I'm at in life is to be able to experience the world, because I don't have, none of us do. We don't have unlimited time on this planet. I have limited time, you have limited time. So one of the main things that motivated me was looking myself in the mirror and being like, damn, I'm scared, right? And I want to let that pain and I want to let that fear fuel me to do great things instead of letting it hold me back, which is what most people do. The biggest breakthrough that I had in my trading, and the thing that took me from being a broke busboy to being a busboy that was making money trading to eventually making a lot of money trading, was my godfather. He called me up, and or honestly, I called him up and I said, hey bro, I'm not making any money trading. This is not working. And he told me exactly what I needed to do. And it wasn't some like magical script. It was just like, hey, here's how the market actually works. Here's what you actually need to do to become successful. And I listened to him because I had no other choice. I was down on my last few $100s. I had to listen to him. And that changed my life. And the main thing that I want you guys to understand is that if you're trying to do this trading thing all by yourself, you have a very low chance at success. I'm not going to say you have a 0% chance, but you have a very low chance. So
if you guys want to, do it the right way and actually have access to a profitable strategy, people who are actually making money trading, you can join the community. I'm not forcing you to join, but if you want to join, the link's in the description. Remember, guys, if you want to be successful, you have to surround yourself with people who are already successful.